What's up, you moneymakers and MULN investors? Welcome back to the channel. MULN had a pretty wild swing last week, and as you can see, for 5 days we are still up 71%, but there is some confusion in regards to some of the comments that I got in my previous video. I talked about MULN introduced new 1-for-100 reverse stock split, and there were some comments, so I want to clarify before we go ahead, and we'll talk about why the reverse stock split, what are the pros and cons of reverse stock split, what it can gain for MULN, for shareholders, for the company, and also for short sellers. So stay tuned, watch the full video. Number one, I wanted to tell you that there is nothing set in a stone just yet, but there is more likely than not that there will be some reverse stock split, and it will help MULN to stay on NASDAQ. Before I go ahead, I just wanted to tell you that I'm not a financial advisor, nor I am a certified professional. I do a ton of research analysis, and I return that details back to the community. So hit the like button. All I ask you is to hit the like button. Does not really cost you anything. Subscribe to the channel and motivate me. If today is your lucky day, you can click the join button on YouTube or click the thanks button with a couple of dollars. Help out the channel. That will be super appreciated as well. Now, why the reverse stock split? Number one reason for reverse stock split is to stay on NASDAQ. As you already know, right now MULN is on NASDAQ and enjoying some of the perks on NASDAQ. Number one, more and more people can buy the stock. Number two, if you are on NASDAQ, there are international investors also can invest in the stock. Number three, if you're OTC stock, there are less requirements, meaning less transparency, meaning less trust. So those are the reasons why MULN wants to stay on NASDAQ. Take a look right here. What we have seen is when there is a lot of momentum and good PR news and some of the tangible outcome that MULN can share, we start skyrocketing. Now, why then 1-for-100 reverse stock split? Take a look right here. MULN went through 1-for-25 reverse stock split in May to keep the stock price above NASDAQ's minimum $1 bid price rule requirement. By the way, there was one comment that was also not so true. Number one, when you have a reverse stock split, your total investment remains the same. In other words, let's say if you have 1,000 or 100 stock, let's say of MULN, which means you'll have 100 stock at the price point of 19 cents. So you have $19 worth of MULN stock. Now, if you have 1-for-100, that means you will still have $19 stock, but you will just have one stock instead of 100. So 100 stock will become one stock, given that if there is 1-for-100 reverse stock split, which means you still have $19 in MULN, but you have just one stock. Right now, at 19 cents, you have 100 total MULN stock, right? So you should get this clear, and I'm super confident that's how it works based on I have gone through reverse stock split in multiple stocks. So basically, your total investment, total value remains the same, but it will reduce the number of stocks you have. So it's an inflated price point for a stock. So you want to get that clear. If you still have any questions, write down in the comment section below. I'm happy to give you more thoughts and ideas in just 1 month. So basically what they're talking about here is in May, the stock price went 1-for-25. And how it looks, let me show you right here. You can find out, you can go to any of the online platform, take a look at the historical data, scroll down slightly, and you should be able to see on May 4th, they had a reverse stock split, 1-for-25 reverse stock split that put the stock up and above $1. At that point, it was 1.46. Now, disregard all this price point because this already has been converted, not to confuse people, on Yahoo at the list at S21, S225 reverse stock split. So it put the stock back up and above $1. That was the whole goal. In just 1 month, MULN stock was shorted all the way back down to the current level, trending or trading at 20 cents or 19 cents rather, as you already know. So what happened after that? From $1.46, it dropped back drastically. So this is the con. What is the pro? The pro is basically they were able to sustain on NASDAQ. Now, why there is a price rule requirement? I can show you the rule and what NASDAQ has in terms of their guidelines and rules and regulations. What is NASDAQ's compliance process for the companies falling to meet $1 minimum bid price rule requirement? statement. If a company trades for 30 consecutive business days below $1 minimum closing bid rule requirements, Nasdaq will send a deficiency notice to the company advising that it has been afforded a compliance period of 180 calendar days to regain compliance with applicable requirements. So right now, if you technically think what happened to MULN right after that, take a look. Within just 10 to 11 trading sessions starting May 23rd, starting May 22nd, it started falling below $1. It was closed at 95 cents, followed by a lower price point than $1. And it is more than 30 consecutive trading sessions, which is a deficiency according to what it says right here, because it needs to trade above $1 and it cannot really go below $1 minimum bid price rule requirement for 30 consecutive business days. Thereafter, if such a company does not regain the compliance with the price requirement in second 180-day compliance period, that is available for the company as well. Company listed on Nasdaq Capital may be eligible for 180-day compliance period, which is additional as an extension to meet this market value. Now, in this MULN's case, they already got the deficiency notice. After that, they also got extension to. So after the deficiency notice, 180 day, they did not meet that. They got the extension for another 180 days. And after that, once they regain the compliance through this 1-4-25 reverse stock split, they got back down below $1 once again. And which is what the whole discussion is all about. Now, are they going to go for 1-for-100 reverse stock split? No. But this is the maximum. This is the cap that is approved, suggested, recommended by the board, that you cannot go beyond 1-for-100. Can you go 1-for-25 once again? Surely, yes. Can you go to 1-for-50? Yes. You can go to 1-for-100. Yes, it is based on the requirement. Now, this is why MULN has been approved by the board, because they really want to make sure that MULN stays on Nasdaq trading platform. As a shareholder, what you should think: number one, it is a win-win both for the stock and for the stockholder. What are the disadvantage of that? Now, in this MULN's case, you already know, and take a look. We are always, for the most part, above FINRA 50% FINRA total short volume ratio. We were at 53.94, 55, 54, 50, 55, 53. So out of all these days, except just 26th of June, we were at close to 50%, by the way, but we're 49.26. Other than that, we're always above and beyond 50% of the short volume ratio. So what could happen? It can lose the value pretty drastically. So let's say if it goes at $10 and all of a sudden it drops to $5, there is a 50% dip right away. So you lost the capital as a shareholder. Let's say if you have $100 worth of MULN stock at 19 cents, it may or may not go super quickly to 10 cents. But what we have historically seen, that it lost value pretty drastically just within a matter of days. And I can show you what I mean by that. So we were at $1.46. Just in no time, we went to 70 cents. Take a look right here. So on May 4th, 146. And within just a few trading sessions on May 31st, even before the May ends, we cut down 50% in total price point, which is how you lose your investment. Now, if it goes to $10 and it quickly gets back to $1, you lose 90% of your total investment in MULN. Now, if you are at 10 cents, it may or may not go to 1 cent in just 10 or 15 or 20 trading session. So that's the disadvantage. When there is an inflated price point, the short sellers can hit hard or harder than what they're doing now. So there is more win for the short sellers, and then there is more sort of a loss scenario for the long or for the hodler. Now you want to understand that, right? So this is the fundamental, which is as to why the company is doing that. How does the company regain the compliance with the minimum bid price rule requirement? The best way, in my personal opinion, is the organic way. And what do I mean by organic way? We saw the spike right here. Take a look, 177%, more than 3x price point from 10 cents to 32 cents. And we were witness how fast we were able to achieve that. Now from 35 cents, do you believe that we can go above and beyond $1? It's super tough. They need to come up with some tangible results that they don't really have, or at least I do not see in the pipeline, that they can share within next week or 2 or 3. Yes, people love this particular aspects that Mullen Automative double in more than within just 2 trading sessions. Now there's one more thing that they also mentioned, that they have hired already this investigation firm and they want to go after. Another thing that people loved is they are doing this $25 million stock buyback program. But this is again investing money that they don't really have at the moment. They are in short of cash at the moment, and they're trying to reinvest the money because they think that the stock price is undervalued. Another thing is, this is not set in a stone. So, which is why I'm saying that buyback may or may not gain the value that the company is trying to get, right? Now, one of the things that they can do is that does NASDAQ accept the reverse stock split as a method of regaining the compliance with minimum bid price rule requirement? Yes, NASDAQ views reverse stock split as an acceptable method to regain the compliance. And that is exactly what Mullen is trying to do. But there is always a risk of Mullen losing value super fast, or faster than what they do today. Right now, yes, they're still on target for the short sellers and they're losing value. But if they inflate the price, there is a higher chances that they'll lose faster, right? The company went through this reverse stock split just in May to keep this price rule requirement. Now, Mullen Automotive is faced with the same problem again as before. So they're back to square one. They need to address this issue if they want to stay on NASDAQ. And you, me, every other investors, including insiders, they want to stay on NASDAQ. That will issue another reverse stock split if it wants to remain on NASDAQ stock market. Mullen's annual shareholder meeting is taking place in August. I'll keep you posted. That is going to be a catalyst, big catalyst. And they will announce sooner or later what they exactly want to do. It has introduced a number of dilutive options and proposals, one being, again, the reverse stock split. As 1-for-100 reverse stock split would put Mullen at $22.90 or more, like $19 at the given price point. Now from $19, it can quickly go to $10. What happens then? People, retail investors, and also insiders, they lost 50% of their investment in Mullen. So you want to keep that in mind. Another thing is they have $235 million cash, but this is a cash burning business. The company is burning cash left and right, and they need to work on what exactly that they want to do. One thing is they also filed this $100 million the explanatory note, right? On June 21st, 2023, certain investors exercised the option to purchase from Mullen Automotive, which is an additional Series D preferred stock in amount of such investors' pro rata portion of $100 million for the same term and conditions applicable to the purchase and sell for this Series D preferred stock. Now remember, the key date right here you want to consider is June 21st and June 26th, right? And in addition, June 26, 2023, the investors waived the rights for the shares for preferred stock for equally for the pro rata portion of $10 million. As a result of this exercise, investment options, the company has completed all the outstanding obligations to Series D preferred stock. Now let's take a look at the price once again. We are talking about this June 21st and June 23rd, so on and so forth, right? So June 21st, June 23rd, after that, we saw that it jumped up to 32 cents. So there might be a case that many of those investors might have dumped the stock. Now, I do not really have an evidence just yet because there is no filing that I could find. There are no certain data that I could find, but there is a possibility that part of these investors, they might have sold these stocks because now they were in money, right? They were in money. maybe like 18 cents, 16 cents, 17 cents, whatever the price point was. After that price point, they were able to book the profit, and they were there for profit. Again, they are there for profit. So I'm not questioning why and when and how that happened. But if they sold it, it's a legal sell. And again, once they sell it, they're selling it for profit, and that might cause again the downturn that we saw in this particular stock, right? So from the peak, we saw 32% price point dump, or the reduction in price point right after that. So I hope I clarified some of these terms. I hope I clarified why all in all the reverse stock split is beneficial for a given stock and how they can stay on NASDAQ. And that's again a good medium, acceptable medium by NASDAQ Stock Exchange for a stock to be remained on the NASDAQ Stock Exchange. Now, another thing is MULN is aggressively moving forward and trying to make sure that they have enough cash on hand. They announced again Series D holders final $100 million investment option prior to June 30th, 2023 expiration. They also mentioned that with his new financing balance for 2023, company has sufficient capital for at least 12 months, next 12 months, which is 1 year, 4 quarters. We'll see how far they can go. They're trying to make sure that they give us more guidance in regards to how much they can sell. They announced the sale of 22 EV for the first time historically with Randy Marion. Little over $300,000 booked record revenue on the balance sheet, which is again a good sign, but we need more than $300,000. We need more like 30 million in sell showed up on the balance sheet. That will boost the confidence in the investment community. They'll boost the confidence in retail investors as well, in retail investor community as well. With all that, I'll keep you posted. I hope you like this video. At least it added value. If it did, do hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.